Hey guys, Andrew from Bud Spas and Pools here, and today we're going to be talking about a basic residential pool setup. So on this one we have our heater, our filter, our pump, and our salt cell. And for the pump, getting this apart, we're just going to spin the lid. It has directional arrows open and close, so if we just pop that and open the basket, we can see this one has a little bit of dirt in it, so we'll empty that out. Put it back in. Ideally, this basket should be checked at least once a week, and anytime after you vacuum, you should be checking this and cleaning it. So on this pool, we have a cartridge filter. So we aren't going to be backwashing this one. This one has cartridges that need to be cleaned. So if we look at this dial here, we have a green and a red arrow, and then there's also a black gauge here. So what this means is this one has 12 pounds of pressure. So when that pressure builds more towards the red arrow and we creep up towards 20, that means your filters are dirty and they need to be cleaned. And for cleaning your filters, typically they need done after the pool started, and then once every 6 weeks is a general guideline of when to clean them, but every situation is different, so you're going to need to be checking your pressure gauge to see when they are getting dirty. Here we have our salt cell. The salt cell is what is producing the chlorine in your pool and needs to be cleaned every 6 weeks, pretty much the exact same as your filters. So both of these are Hayward products, the salt cell and the filter, and we have linked instructional videos on taking them apart and cleaning them, how to clean them, and what is involved. So here we have our heater. It should read BO all the time. What this means is it's bypassed to the pool controller, and the function on this display is no longer doing anything. And then this button here is your menu button. So if we press this and we go to this pool icon, your heater will fire anytime you turn it on your controller. So if you don't have a controller controlling this heater, you're going to still put it to this pool icon, and then your temperature will be controlled with this plus minus and will be displayed in this menu. If we press this and it's at this power button, the heater is in standby, and then if we highlight this one, we are in spa mode. But for all the pools, we want to keep it right here where it shows the ladder. So on this pool, we have a ProLogic controller, and with the ProLogic, everything is controlled through this touch display. So if we press our menu button and we go to default menu, this is the menu that shows all of the pool's current settings. So we have Saturday at 1:48 p.m. gives us our pool temperature, our air temperature, where our pool chlorinator is set to, our salt level, and that our heater is auto control, meaning it's controlled by your ProLogic. So if we press menu again, we get settings menu, and to enter this menu we're going to press right, and this is where you're going to change your pool heater settings. So if we wanted to change it, we're going to go plus or minus, and then we have our super chlorinate option, which is going to force your salt cell to work at 100% for 24 hours, and then it's going to return to its normal setting. So if we press right again, the normal setting is 20%, so we would revert back to 20% after the 24 hours. And to change this is the same as the heater. You're just going to go plus or minus, and it's going to go in 5% increments. So then if we go right again, you can change your day and time if it's wrong, and you can turn this display light on or off. You can also turn the beeper on and off by pressing up or down. But I like it on, so we're going to turn it back on. This one also has a wireless controller. So if you were going to set that up, you would just press the plus button here and then the plus button on your wireless controller, and then you would basically have a mini ProLogic in your house. All the menus are the same on the controller. And then if we press menu again, we can go to our timers menu. So in our timers menu, we can set up when we want our pump to run. So this one has it running 23 hours and 45 minutes, and then shuts off for 15, and that's all the timers that we have. To create a timer, you would go to the timer menu, press plus, and then it would give you your times. So then you can just set when your start and finish is for your pump. And if you wanted to get rid of the timer, you just have to match these times. So if we go 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., it will just get rid of the timer. The next menu is your diagnostic menu. So you're only going to need to go into here if you think something is wrong, but you're better off to just phone a pool professional to come and have a look at it, and then they can make any repairs needed, if any. The last menu is your configuration menu, but you won't need to go in here because everything should be set up to run the pool as intended. So the buttons on the side here, we have our filter button, which is going to turn the pump on or off. If your heater has been running, the light here will be flashing, which you may not be able to see, and it'll say heater cool down. What this is doing is it's shutting your heater off, and then your pump is going to run for another 5 minutes so that all of that superheated water can be cleared out and not damage your heater. If you press it again while it's flashing, it will force the pump off. And then your lights button, pretty self-explanatory what's going to be here. Press it, lights turn on. Press it again, lights turn off. And then you may have auxiliary relays. These may be linked to landscape lights or outlets that are connected to the ProLogic controller. These are just high voltage relays that can control pool or backyard accessories. So on most pools, for your lights, it's going to be plugged into the panel. So when you press lights on the panel, it's going to send power to this plug, which will then send power to this box, which then sends power to your lights. So you have to make sure that the lights are plugged in and the GFI in the light box is not tripped. Because if this is tripped, which is a common problem over the winter, your lights won't turn on. So you'll need to press that in, reset it, and then your lights will then work again. On this one, you can see that the auxiliary 1 and 2 are tied into regular outlets, and they are being used to control backyard accessories. The salt cell plugs into the ProLogic right here. So to recap with this, to enter your menus, you're going to press the menu button, and it will cycle through all of your menus. To enter the menu, you're going to press the right arrow, and then you can enter that menu and change your settings. And then to change settings, you're going to press up or down. So that was a beginner's guide on your pool equipment and your ProLogic. And we have linked instructional videos on all of the equipment below on how to clean them, how to take them apart, and how to put them back together. And if you have any issues with